Cable or streaming on a smart TV? My name's Rakidzich, this is Airbnb Automated, and let's discuss. All right, welcome back Airbnb family. So it's a cold day in Philadelphia. I'm at my unicorn house. It's my first themed Airbnb property. We finally listed it last night. We'll do that in a different video. I'm happy to show it to you. Today's video, we're talking about whether or not on your TVs for your Airbnbs or at home if you want, whether or not you should buy cable packages or you should stream your services. One of our audience members asked, what is a smart TV? So I think we should actually do a deeper dive on this topic and help you all really understand the mechanics and finance of streaming versus cable. So before we get into this video, please like the video because you know it helps that video out. And a lot of hosts need to know whether or not they should have a smart TV and they should stream. So I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee, give you some time to like this video. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so thank you for liking. This unicorn house is across the street from one of my favorite coffee shops in Philadelphia called the Kettle Black. They're only open Wednesday through Sunday, and they are open until they sell out of bagels, and they just literally sold out of bagels. I walked in and got my coffee like right before they ended, so score. So first off, what is a smart TV? A smart TV is a TV essentially that can connect to the internet and has like an operating system, much like a computer. So your cell phone has an operating system, a tablet has an operating system, and that operating system allows it to run softwares. You know them as apps on your phone, or websites, for example, can be run in a web browser, which then is run on your computer. All right, so you have a computer. That computer runs usually something like DOS or something like that. And I know a lot of you like high-end software people want to give it like a grand explanation on this, but let's keep it simple. A TV is essentially a computer that can run other bits of software like a website or an app on it. And that's what makes it a smart TV, because it connects to the internet, connects to the web, and can do all sorts of things that a regular TV could not do. Because a regular TV, what it used to only be able to do is turn on, have a dial for channels, much like a radio, and then get some sort of wave from the air, like a radio wave, and that's how it would give you your channels. We've since upgraded to having your TV plugged into cable, and it sends a signal through the cable or through fiber optics now. And thus whatever you're watching is still a signal sent to the TV. Well, in this case, a smart TV gets some sort of information from the internet and then turns that into whatever you're watching, like very much downloading like an MP4 and watching and streaming an MP4. So streaming is when you're connecting to the internet and downloading something as you're watching it. That's what streaming is. It's not like you plug in a VHS and then let that VHS play all the way through where you have the whole thing. Streaming is like a watch as you download. And that's why you can start watching a movie so fast when you're streaming on Amazon Prime or Netflix, right? And it'll do that 20% loading thing. And as soon as it's done something called buffering, it'll start the watch. So hopefully that helps you understand like the nature of streaming. So a cable is much like the same way. They're still sending you the movie or sending you the information. You don't own the whole episode of Game of Thrones on HBO as it's sending it to you. It's just sending you whatever that signal is. And you're not technically downloading it per se because it's not an internet connection a lot of times. Okay, so cable, the way cable works is you pay a membership, and that membership is more expensive the more channels you get. So essentially it is an agreement to have access to certain channels in exchange for currency. And the thing about a cable package is it's highly reliable typically, and it's tethered to one home, right? So you pay per home for those channels. And but yeah, it works every time. Way cool, right? So streaming is you pay a membership to have access. That membership is not married to a location or to a specific device. It can be less reliable because you're relying on the internet to deliver you that stuff. But you can have it in multiple locations. So here's the hack I want to give you, because I very much have an opinion on whether or not you should have cable or like streaming services. And I'm going to give you my hack as a way to explain this to you. I call this concurrent viewership. Say it with me, concurrent viewership. So essentially, if you are an Airbnb operator like myself, we are going to be crossing the 100 property mark before the first of the year. It's been very busy over here, by the way. We can have let's say we have Amazon Fire TVs, which is one type. There's two brands. There's Toshiba and Insignia. They are smart TVs that have worked with Amazon to allow you to log into Amazon and have what would be like an Amazon Fire Stick functionality built into the TV. So us hosts, when we wanted to stream, we had options of a Roku TV, go Google Chromecast, Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick or Fire Cube, right? There's a lot of those were external devices, but then Roku made a built-in Roku TV. And then, so Amazon did this built-in Amazon Fire Stick, Fire TV. And so I like the Amazon Fire TVs because it has the speak button at the very top center. You say, watch kids movies, and it'll bring up all the kids movies from all these different like memberships that you have. So I love the Fire TV because it's really kind of cool. It gives you a good user experience. So we can have 60 separate Fire TVs, and let's break this down to something more realistic for you guys. Let's say you have 10 TVs, okay? If you have 10 TVs, you have one Amazon Prime account for all 10 TVs. That's gonna cost you $140 per year. So that costs you $14 per year per TV. So you're paying a little bit over $1 a month for Amazon Prime movies on that TV, okay? Then you buy Netflix. Netflix will allow you to have up to 3 or 4 different TVs streaming at the same time. I want you to remember that. You buy one Netflix account at, say, another $14 a month, which is just over another $1 per TV per month. So you're spending $2.50 per month per TV for Amazon Prime and Netflix. We just got Disney Plus, right? I don't know how many concurrent TVs can run on this. So let's say you can have 2 TVs running at the same time, right? So that's, we paid $70 per the year. So we paid basically just over $5 per month. So you're spending another 50 cents per TV. So we have $3 per month for Disney, Netflix, Amazon Prime. Then we buy HBO Now. HBO Now is another $15 per month. We're looking at about $4.50 per TV per month. That's what we're paying. Normal cable packages will charge you like $40 per month, maybe more, for like to have a lot of cool stuff. So if you started to add on more features like ESPN and different stuff, you'd be paying more per month per TV. But here's the way the coolness of this works. Let's say on 10 TVs, because you're an Airbnb host, nobody's watching that TV 80% of the time. You are buying these things because it's just in case, right? Very rarely do people sit down and just want to watch TV all day in their Airbnb. That's not how people tend to be. TV is becoming less and less popular, okay? Cable is becoming less and less popular. DirecTV is not making nearly as much money on cable packages as they used to. So with that said, first off, 80% of the time your TV is not going to be in play anyway. It almost doesn't matter. But now, let's say it is a Sunday evening and people are winding down and they're watching TV at your Airbnb. So you have 10 TVs. You can have 3 people watching HBO at the same time. You can have 2 people watching Disney Plus at the same time. That's 5 of the 10. You can have 3 other people watching Netflix. That's 8. And you have another 2 people watching Amazon Prime movies. That's all 10 TVs. So all 10 TVs are active on different services on your Amazon Prime TV. So that way, for that $4.50 per month, all TVs can be watching. Not everyone's gonna always use HBO Now. Not everyone's always gonna be watching Netflix. Not everyone's always gonna be watching Disney Plus. I'll take that back for the next couple of weeks. I bet if Disney Plus is on TVs right now, people will be using it because it's new. So there will be a spike of Disney Plus users, but that'll taper off eventually. Get it? So what this does is this saves you, $30 to $50 per TV, and all you need to really consider is what is the concurrent watch time or the concurrent view count of the people watching. So like, for example, HBO Now, if Game of Thrones was still going and they would release a new Game of Thrones episode, you bet your tail that when Game of Thrones is on, people are trying to watch Game of Thrones, right? So we do not advertise that we have sports packages, because if people show up to our place trying to watch a football game, and we can't offer them that football game, then they would get upset at us, right? And if we did advertise football, we might have a bunch of people booking on a Sunday, and we would have to pay for a lot of ESPN accounts or a lot of cable packages just to satisfy the fact that somebody wants to watch football. So it's the return on investment's not good enough for us there. We could have an ESPN account or a Hulu account that watches sports, and we can gift someone the login for their trip and just kind of satisfy people. And I think that's what we do now, is we have a login for something that does sports. So if somebody's gonna cause a fit about it, we'll give them a temporary login, and then we'll just actually change the password for that Hulu account all the time. So it's kind of almost like a backup, right? So it's like our firefighter of streaming services. So This is why streaming is better than cable. Now, there's something you're gonna have to do here. I did not tell you the danger. Being logged into Amazon Prime on a TV means that somebody could, with one-click purchases, could like buy stuff or download apps that cost money, stuff like that. So on any Amazon Prime TV or any Roku TV, you're gonna have to enable parental controls. The way that I do this is my parental controls has a pin that no one gets. And then with that pin, you restrict app purchases, but you do not restrict app launches, and then you unrestrict the viewership, because people could not watch an R-rated movie if you do parental control. So you need to take away the viewer restriction as far as like guidelines for rated R movies, but just basically protect in-app purchases, and that protects you from that. If you wanted to offer Prime movies, what you could do is you could name every TV after the apartment or home that it's in. So if somebody ever did go and buy something through your TV, you get a receipt from Amazon for a purchase for a pay-per-view movie that was made, and you could actually bill it to the guest and even use like an invoke host guarantee to make sure that that gets paid. So if you want to advertise pay-per-view or on demand at a markup of say 20% more or 30% more of whatever they pay for it to handle your administrative costs of collecting on that, you could do that and just make sure that you have every TV named after the address, because otherwise there's no way for you to find out what device activated an on-demand. We actually had an issue with this where some of our TVs weren't locked with parental controls and people were buying movies up and we just couldn't find out where, so we'd have to call Amazon and get a refund. Thank God they do that for you without question. Even if they bought the movie hours and hours ago, you could say, hey, this was an unauthorized purchase, please refund us, and they'll do that for you. So working with someone like Amazon Prime TV has been wonderful. And if you're going to plan how many streaming services you need, I want you to think about how many people will be watching that same channel at the same time. So you may have more than one HBO account. You may have more than one Netflix account, because we have 60 TVs or more 80 TVs now. We have multiple Amazon Prime accounts, we have multiple Netflix accounts, we have multiple HBO accounts, and we're going to be having multiple Disney Plus accounts. And when you scale this basically in units, total operation stuff. So thank you for watching Airbnb Automated. Remember to like the video, thank you, and I'll see you on the other side.